As a filmmaker and as an editor, I'm always trying to investigate what makes a scene feel good, and coincidentally, what makes a scene not feel good. And some of the best filmmakers have figured out the art of pacing. This is timing within a scene.
Not quite my tempo.
Some movies drag on too long, while others feel like they go too fast.
Rushing or dragging? Rushing. So you do know the difference.
And the ones that find that middle ground are known as some of the best movies of all time. So I decided to look at some of my favorite filmmakers, ones who I feel like have mastered the art of pacing. And there's a secret that they use, this slow peel technique, in order to make a scene have a good rhythm. And we're not only going to be investigating this, but also in this video, I'm going to be using this technique on a new short film in order to see if I can create something that feels the same way a Villeneuve movie or a Reeves film works. But before we go into shooting that movie, let me explain to you the slow peel technique that I've learned from the best. There's a sweet spot with lengths of shots, and this is really how you're going to figure out pacing and duration.
Hey! Relax, goddammit!
You protecting this guy, Jim?
A good shot lasts between 2 to 5 seconds long. And usually the biggest exception to this is like establishing shots, or vibes shots, I'll call them, where the score fades in and we really just get to immerse in the environment. And the only other spot where shots roll out typically longer than like 5 seconds is where people are delivering dialogue, but that never goes over like 20 seconds. Typically 15 seconds and the dialogue's delivered, and then the plot moves forward. But even within that dialogue, there's usually some sort of nugget of something being revealed. And then the only other spot is suspense building. Here's the secret that these great filmmakers do, and it's the slow reveal approach. Now, in another video, I talked about action, reaction, reveal, this sort of strategy in order to make a movie work. Action being something with movement, reaction being a character's reaction to whatever their movement was doing, and reveal, what are they looking at? And those three shots work really well in order to build the scene. But investigating further in some of my favorite films, a lot of people just use reveal, reveal, reveal. And repeating this over and over again puts the audience into the filmmaker's hands. One of my favorite scenes from the new Doom movie is this one take that the film opens with. It's like Paul laying on the side of this sand dune, and it plays out as a one take, but every few seconds they show a reveal. And this continual reveal, sort of peeling the onion, getting to the core, is what keeps us engaged, finally cutting on one final reveal. And this isn't just with one takes, it's done with cuts, and this is really how great filmmakers create a good pace within their films. So how do you do this? Well, taking a look at how shots should be built out with a 1 to 3 second duration, every 3 seconds planning some sort of new reveal to the audience, which seems like a lot of new reveals, but they're not epic. In fact, sometimes it's just a one line, a reaction, or something being provided in order to make the audience grow. The scene from The Batman, every few seconds, there is a new thing revealed.
This isn't the way to do this.
You two now?
Let me handle this, Chief. Just give me a minute.
You're gonna put yourself on the line for this scumbag, Jim?
Just give me a minute. I'll get him to cooperate.
So that's what I want to talk about in this video. We're going to be taking a scene from a film that Jackie and I recently shot, using this strategy and editing it in Filmora 14. And if you guys aren't familiar with Filmora, Filmora is a comprehensive editing software for beginners, but also for more advanced filmmakers. Because this video is sponsored by Filmora, I do want to touch on a few cool features that they have in their latest version. First is their auto edit. If you make a cut and delete a section, it will magnetically connect the two shots intuitively. I'll cut there, I gotta cut this part, put this out. I've completely destroyed my timeline here. What we're gonna do is actually create a LUT within here. Now, I don't know how well this works. Let's see how it looks. We'll open up LUTs, and there's the AI color palette. We'll click that and we can add a new palette in. And in order to figure out what that is, we're gonna set a reference frame. And I mean, Hereditary's got a good look. I think this will work. So we'll take a screenshot of this and just bring it into the timeline and see what we can do here. So what you can do is you can change the strength of that LUT, and then if it's affecting the skin too much, we can just kind of alter that and save the skin, but then change the background strength, which, as you can already see just on screen, it's a pretty awesome effect that you can do. And then the final thing I want to talk about that's good for workflow is their AI sound effects. So if we go into audio and then AI sound effects, we can actually create some. So I did breathing. And let's try something like footsteps. I think if you guys are looking for like an intuitive software, really Filmora is a good spot to start. Let's get back into the video. Okay, so while I'm editing this, you can kind of watch it in the background, but I'm gonna talk a little bit about this technique that's gonna blow your mind. So, and we're doing a really quick and dirty cut. If you'd like to see the actual like edited and finessed version of this movie, we'll play it at the end of this film. Within seconds, I feel like I'm actually editing quicker in this than I am in Premiere. Looking for shots that I've already used, or if I'm in the middle of using, I actually have these little check marks to show if I've used them or not, or if they're in my timeline. Okay, so she walks up to this, and essentially with this scene that I'm piecing together, every shot that we made was a reveal. So we made sure that everything that we captured gave a new piece of information that kind of led the plot along, versus character walking and just constantly walking through a space, always giving the audience something a little bit new. It could be a new blocking choice, different eye line, sound, or prop. Now let's go over and take a look at the reveal sequence, showing you how the sequence works. So within a few couple seconds, we start to learn things each shot. One, she's on the phone. Then she stops talking to the person on the phone. She's looking around. Obviously, by her reaction, we are learning that there's something not good. Boom, we reveal the gun. Boom, we reveal that there is a cup there with steaming water in it, yet to do. Next, we're establishing, a new thing. How about an hourglass? But what is this hourglass and what is near it? Well, right beside the hourglass, there's a thing that says your time is running out. Then she hears a noise, she rotates, brings gun out. Now she's ready to attack. As she walks through the house, we reveal her boots. Maybe not the most important reveal in the entire video, but it gives us some time to get some breather. I would have loved to put like a blood stain or something on the ground. But when she goes down this hall, we reveal these missing persons posters. We're learning more. Maybe it's a serial killer. We're still learning what the entire essence is. And then the final sort of reveal that we want to get out of this film after seeing her reaction is her missing poster up on the wall. And of course, the final is this bad guy who jumps out at her. So there is sort of the run of show of how to do this. But to make this edit a little stronger, what I'm going to do is I hate looking at uncolored footage. So let's hop into their coloring and see what this looks like. Okay, so I'm going to import my neutral A7S LUT. And this is just like a Rec 709 that can go over the footage. And already it looks so much better. Just discovered something crazy with this. So what you can do if you're adding a color grade over to the footage is you can directly apply it to your shot, like what I did here. Or you can grab the color effect that you want. So what I'm actually going to grab is this one, Cinerich, and I'm going to layer it over top and slide it across and lower its opacity. Let's drag and drop CinemaScope over top. Kablamo. That looks great. And we'll just fill it up to fill the whole timeline. I'm actually very impressed with how well the software is holding up and how quickly I was able to piece together this scene. Now, it is kind of refracting in some of the shadows here, but that's because I made a proxy file. It shouldn't do that on its other exports. But like, come on, this looks so good. And it really took a few moments in the edit to get my raw, quickly shot footage looking awesome. I just added this neat title card in here that I think works really well. And to play into my idea of like constantly revealing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this title card not where you think it should be. In fact, I'm going to put it in this sort of like buying time space. And hopefully this justifies this random shot of her feet. Okay, so the video is done being edited, what I ended up doing was added some room tone to add like a bit of ambience to the background. I grabbed an audio track from Audio and threw in just some simple sound effects, a creak here and there. This was just to illustrate the edit. We ended up actually shooting this entire video with the full behind the scenes of using the new Potato Jet tripod and really talking about the process of shooting coverage for a short film. So there'll be a little bit more of a comprehensive edit of this short film in another video, but this is something to show you like what you can cut together if you're strategic with your shooting and you're editing in a really quick period of time. So with that said, here is our long legs / Silence of the Lambs short film put together.
Yeah, just be careful.
I will.
So hopefully this video can illustrate, one, you don't need a big editing software or robust tools in order to create a edit that feels good. And also that with good strategy can create a good movie. Obviously you can't be formulaic with feeling too much, but I do think there is a roadmap to being able to make stuff so that you have tools in your toolkit to make your own movie so you don't feel lost when you're actually doing this thing. And that's what I want to leave you with. We've opened the doors for our course 4-week Filmmaker, which is a step-by-step process of how to make a movie from start to finish. And I actually use the formulas that I used in this movie, not only the reveal method, but also my one lock method. One object, which was this, one location, one character, and one conflict. And this is something you can wrap around a 1-minute short film like the one you just saw, or feature films with multiple scenes. You're just increasing the number. But the principles and tools that I talk about on this channel, I talk comprehensively in our course. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video.